give me 1 second here. Let me set up everything and we'll wait a minute or two. I'm a little early. Give people a chance to sign in and say hello. Hello. Alright, like I said, a little early here still. So we're going to give it just another minute, wait for people to hop in, and then we'll get started. And real quick, we do have a couple people watching right now. How does the sound sound? Nice redundant for you. How does the sound sound? Yeah, so if you can let me know how the sound is, it'd be great. And then we will get started. Adjust the mic a little bit here. Let's get this a little juicier. Let's get this a little bit more intimate, right? This is a live stream. These are supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves while we do this. It's not supposed to be so stiff and proper. Jesus, God. All right, that's it. Let's start. Let's do it. What's up, everyone? Klaus, family, hobbies, and cards. We got a live stream going on right now. And yes, if you are interested in a question, asking, comments, whatever you want, mark it in the comment section. I've got my monitor over here so I can monitor all the comments, and I've got my dashboard up on here so I can see how everything looks. And how about this? How about you guys all tell me what you think? How does it look? I'm very curious on your end. Yep, let me know how it looks. Let me know how the sound is. Let's dive into it. And so right off the bat, let's start with near-term stellar pricing, all right? With Protocol 18 right around the bend, I'm anxious and my eyes are open and I'm very curious about what's going to happen to stellar short-term price-wise, all right? I'm a long-term bull, but I'm looking now for short-term stellar price action because you know what? There's always opportunities to buy, sell, trade, get into another position, you name it, all right? So let's see here. All right, let's jump back, all right? And let's jump back to October 27th. In the morning of October 27th, we had that flash crash again. And again, what's crazy about this is we started at that 37-cent mark, which is pretty darn close to where we're at anyways right now. So all it did was set us back about 5 days or so, 5-6 days, not a big deal. So after that price correction right here, we've gotten ourselves back up and we've seen it's been a pretty strong run since. We did see a real quick near-term resistance at that 38-cent mark. It was actually 38.1 is what the high was at that point in time. And at the highest at the candlesticks was 38.2. So there was some resistance at that 38.2 mark, which sent it back down to a mini consolidation at 36.6 to 36.8. So now, with automated market makers, Protocol 18, liquidity pools, yes, what is that going to do for Stellar? What is it going to do for the price? What is it going to do for the market? And what is it going to do for the notoriety of the token? Are more people going to get involved with Stellar, seeing that they're constantly upgrading their network? I mean, think about this. This is Protocol 18. Like, I mean, did they just skip like the first however many? No, I mean, that's my point is there's been 18 revisions and each one gets better and better and each one is compliant and each one just serves the end user more and more. So really important to look at it that way, that Protocol 18 is not just Protocol 18, automated market makers and liquidity pool, but it is also just the evolution of Stellar as a whole with all of these revisions. All right, X Factor, thank you for letting me know about the sound and thank you for hopping on in. If you are just joining in the live stream, what's up? I'm Klaus. I don't know who you are unless you type down like in the screen. So, I mean, if you want to say hello, you're welcome to do it. But this is the All Things Stellar live stream. Starting off just right away. near-term price action. All right. So now once we see that this was 38.2, 38.1 is where we saw some very, very near-term resistance. The reality is the true resistance is going to come a little bit further at that 42.5, and you could see that right here, and you could see that reinforced with heavy volume as well. Okay, so it wasn't just a quick run up with a volume spike, but there was also a very, very quick market correction. All right, and it wasn't just market correction. Let's be honest here, it's profit taking. There's nothing wrong with profit taking. You are welcome to take profit. Each person has their own investing strategy, all right? So got to kind of throw it out there that way. But yeah, the near-term resistance is right around that 42-cent mark, 43 cents. So once we clear this near-term 38.1, 38.2 that we have seen here, we're going to then have to test and rotate back to that 40 to then 42, 43 cent mark. Oh, hey, Bo Rabbit. Hey, Bo Rabbit says, hey, brother, love your content. Well, dude, I love your support, man. I appreciate that. I had to type it out, and I'm trying to type it now, so don't think I'm not paying attention, you guys. Just I got my my messaging set up right here, so like I kind of message you. So no, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's cool fans like you guys, and the fans and the support has just been amazing lately. But it's cool fans like you guys that have made this page and this channel about Stellar fans and about the end user, right? It's not about me. It's not, you know, like an ego thing. It's nothing like that. It's about Stellar, and it's about all of you and what you all want in terms of content. So you can see over the course of time, I've really pivoted and tailored my content to better suit the needs of all of you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Bo Rabbit, for the compliment. I really do dig that. Yeah, Stellar is my top coin in terms of long run. All right, sorry, I'm just reading a message here. Yeah, but no, Stellar is up on my list there for long run projects. I do have a couple others that I'm invested in as well, but Stellar is definitely my big one for the cryptos in terms of my long-term projects. X Factor says, could you please, and I just want to note that the word please was used, so like that's really nice use, so thank you for that. But could you please do a deep dive on Stellar ecosystem, top 5 or 10 projects built on Stellar? I'm all in. All right, X Factor. Let's go projects. Let's first start off with things that are live. Okay, and so first of all, things that are live. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about. Dang it, because a lot of people forget about this. All right. Yeah. Let's start off with this first one right here. Protocol 17 asset clawback, all right? I know it's not a glamorous story. It's not a sexy one. It's nothing that's going to like, ooh, everyone's going to clickbait this. But seriously, the fact that they rolled this out, all right, and we're ahead of the curve in terms of compliance, this for me, like as an investor, and also in terms of someone like that believes in Stellar's mission, this really showed me that compliance is their forefront, right? Being open. They truly do believe in being decentralized. They believe in a decentralized finance, a decentralized system. So knowing that they issued a clawback protocol on June 15th, and for those of you that don't know, clawback protocol is where if there's a mistake made, you are able to claw back those resources, those tokens, those assets that were sent. And it would be through a consensus. So really, really good compliance thing here. So that's got to be honestly one of them right there in terms of what's live. That's kind of in the background, all right? I know it's not glamorous, but that's a background. The other one, let's do this one, all right? Let's go back to Google, all right? Let's go to, and we're going to do this live because, you know, you guys ask the questions and I'm going to do it, and this is fun. USDC coin, let's see, growth. Let's take a look at this, okay? And what I want to try to find is I want to try to find the market cap to see, because the market cap, $33 billion in USDC. Okay, that's crazy. So in terms of another project, right, that is live, that is big on the Stellar network, it is, Jesus, I keep hitting this mic. What is wrong with me? It is USDC. All right. The volume of it has just been growing. the market cap has been growing. This has been something over time that we have seen just explode, all right? Look at this. This is a 1-year market cap, all right, of USDC. And check it out. We're talking low down here, 2.85 billion market cap, all the way up to 33.3 billion market cap. All right, so that's my second big project that right now is live on the Stellar network. All right, and again, thank you all for hopping on in. This is, or not this, I am Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards, and I'm enjoying this so far, and hopefully you are too. So yes, USDC is going to be one of my other big projects that's already live on Stellar. All right, what about some of the other ones? Well, check this out too. All right, so let's get out of here. Let's go to Google. All right. And let's go to Lumen Swap. Okay, and again, these are all things found on the Stellar network. So, I mean, there's just huge benefits to it in general. Okay, and so again, a decentralized exchange on Stellar. This is a second layer Stellar application. Again, decentralized best price trading. Lumen Swap uses Horizon. Yep, Horizon to find fast and low cost. So yes, Lumen Swap, another good liquidity, and you've seen what's happened price wise with that. It has been amazing. So that is probably, it's again another good one, right? What, top 3 so far? So again, if you've hopped on in, thank you for hopping on in. Let me know who you are. Comment below. I would really appreciate it. And if you could, hit the thumbs up button and let me know if you have any questions. That's how we're doing it today. So yep, top projects, that's one of them. Now there's a bunch of other ones that are out there too that kind of fly under the radar. Let's be honest here. Visa, Tala, that's another big one, okay? It's these payment and remittance corridors that are the real big growth opportunities for Stellar, okay? So let's go back here and we're gonna go to Stellar and we're gonna go to remittance corridor. All right, that's a nice it's a nice phrase that they use all the time. All right, so we've got Flutterwave, right? So check it out, Flutterwave. And this is, again, now we're going to talk about things that are maybe Stellar that are in the works, right? The blooming projects, the projects that are going to make Stellar grow and get bigger. All right, so it's Flutterwave. Flutterwave enables new Europe-Africa payment corridors via Stellar. So now we're talking about Stellar, and we're talking about use and growth of Stellar in grand scale, all right? Imagine this, all right? So the Europe-Africa payment corridor, imagine the population of Africa. Imagine if we get, what, 20, 30, 40 million people that switch to wallet systems in Africa. Over time, this is what is going to happen, all right? Writing's on the wall. That is what's going to happen, and this is going to be the best way that we can get as many people as we can the best banking and short-term loan options that are out there in terms of digital currency and so forth. So let's say we get 20, 30 million people with wallets. Well, all those wallets have to hold lumens then. So if they all hold lumens, there's a demand right there on the token. So as Stellar's projects grow, as their wallets grow, the wallet holders grow, account holders grow, there's more strain and pull on lumens in terms of the demand part of it. That is when you're going to start seeing more and more price action build. And that's where these projects like this, right, these payment corridors are huge, because this is all scale for all of us, right? This is going to make us like feel great when these projects come to scale. All right. So Dan Babick hops in. Thanks for the info and all the other videos. Do I have a 9-to-5 job? What other work do you do? Okay. I'm essentially retired. Essentially retired. I worked for a large corporation for a while. I was always in optical management. I did 20 plus years in optical management. At the end, it got to the point where I worked for I worked for the largest optical manufacturing suppliers in the world. And I just got to the point where I spent too much time working and not enough time with my family, and we made some life choices, and we relocated and had a few life things that kind of happened and kind of pushed me to retire early. And so now I've been following Stellar, and I just invest for fun. And I mean, I've always invested for fun. I've invested since the .com era back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So Yeah, in terms of what else do I do? I mean, fishing, hunting, hiking, you name it, man. I love this. I love finance, love decentralized finance. So, Dan, I didn't know if that's kind of what you were asking question wise, man, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of my story. Retired, chilling out, just doing this kind of stuff. I love decentralized finance. I really do. I love the openness of decentralized finance, and I love philanthropic uh, tokens and coin uses, right? I mean, think about it. What's Stellar's main goal? Stellar's main goal is to bring banking equality to the underbanked, okay? I want you to think about how many of us out there, we have the luxury if something happens, right, in our household and we don't have cash on hand. We have the luxury of using our credit card, okay? And it's not a big deal to go use it, done, and then pay it. Not a big deal. Most of these countries, right, when we talk about these payment corridor countries, and I'm going to bring that up on the map right here, so you guys are going to get a juicy look into all of my cool clip art files, all right? But when we talk about like cash-based societies, you got to remember they don't have options like this for short-term loans, short-term flexibility loans. They literally just have to deal with what they have, end of story, and that's it. So when you look at these cash payment corridors, and I'll make this a little bit bigger for everyone here, all right, like Latin America and Africa, they don't have opportunities to these microloans that we do in the developed societies, all right? So with Stellar's mission being to help the cash-based societies that have been left behind, it's a lot of these emerging countries, right, in developing countries where Stellar's trying to help the economics, right, the economic foothold, start thwarting some of that I don't know, inflation, right? We've seen a lot of Central and South American inflation. You get some central bank digital currencies listed in there on exchanges that people believe and trust in. You can really thwart and hold back inflation quite a bit. So that's my big thing on why I'm into Stellar. All right, so yeah, Dan, you're welcome, man. Yeah, you guys are welcome to ask whatever questions. I'm pretty open about stuff. I'm a long-term Stellar holder. I'll be open with you guys. I have not started drinking yet. I'm just hydrating with Powerade right now. I keep hitting that darn mic. You guys are going to have to get like mad at me or yell at me. But yeah, I'm just hydrating with Powerade Zero right now. I'm going to start drinking on the second live stream. So if you want to drink with me on the second live stream, join that one. That gets pretty raunchy. When we do those streams, they get pretty raunchy. Barno Verbis says, first time life hello below hero. Yeah, I'm 150%. Glad you are here, glad you are chiming in, and glad you are commenting below. If you've just hopped in on the stream, please do me a favor, put your name down in the comments, let me know who's here, and let me know if you have a question regarding Stellar, Lumens, pricing, you name it. Stellar isn't Stellar development. If you want to get down and dirty on a topic, let me know. I will gladly go down that rabbit hole with you. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, this is where scale becomes important. All right. So when we go back to these payment corridors, right? The new European African payment corridor. And then let's talk about this. What about Stellar and AirTM? That's another crazy one. All right. I want you guys to think about this one. So Stellar and AirTM, this is crazy. All right. So with Stellar and AirTM, the big one to think about is that they invest in these payment corridors, right? And this payment corridor is between the United States and Mexico. And there's $76 billion of opportunity in that payment corridor. $76 billion. I mean, so in terms of remittances and how much Stellar can actually help the underbanked and the underserved cash societies, that's huge. And when you look at it again, look at Latin America. Huge difference between only 9% of their transactions being non-cash and 91% being cash. You can see it's still much more hand-to-hand traditional banking society. And yes, again, thank you everyone for hopping on. We're talking all things Stellar. We're even, I guess, talking about me because you guys are asking some questions about me. So I'm willing to talk about it. Not a big deal at all. So yeah, that's why I'm really big into Stellar. That's why I think these projects are huge, right? This Latin American payment corridor along with this African payment corridor, those are huge numbers. I mean, if you just think of it in a population basis, right? I mean, what percent of the population now has a phone, right? The number's growing. Sooner or later, we're going to have to replace the thought of what percent of the population has a phone with what percent of the population has a phone that has a wallet attached to it. right? An e-wallet, crypto, right? I mean, that's going to be huge. The availability and the mass production of phones and being able to make them cheaper, and with cellular structure and infrastructure just growing, it's giving these third world societies and developing countries more and more opportunities to become digital and stay connected. I mean, it's inexpensive. It's not as crazy as it was before. So all of these people holding wallets, I mean, that's a lot of potential Lumens holders right there. And when we start talking about scale, when we start talking about, hey, you know, I mean, what if 30%, right? What if 40% start switching to wallets? I mean, look in the United States, right? Look at North America, right? It's almost half and half. Half the transactions are cash, half of them are digitally banked. All right, so again, what if all of a sudden we switch half the population to that, half the population here, and half the population there? That's a lot of wallet holders for Stellar Lumens, and that's why they're building these infrastructure corridor systems right now. All right, let's see. So Bo Rabbit chimes in, how high you thinking the price is this year? Well, I will tell you this. This is not financial advice. I do it to report the news. So this is just my opinion, all right? This is just my opinion, and I'll give like a drunk prediction later. How about that if you have on the second live stream? Price for this year. My big thing is this. I know the resistance points are at 42 and 43, okay? And from that point going forward, there's really not much in terms of physical resistance what's happening price-wise for you with Stellar Lumens. But the thing that makes me think that it's not going to just go crazy this year, and again, I could be totally wrong. I mean, what the heck, man? I could easily be wrong. But what makes me think that like Stellar isn't just going to go nuts this year is the idea that there's still too many people that associate Stellar with Ripple in the lawsuit. And we've already heard that the hearing has been... or discovery's been pushed back all the way to, I believe it was January or something like that. So it's time's out there. So I really don't think it's going to go crazy this year. For me, I will be happy. Personally, I will be happy if I get a couple more opportunities to buy sub 30. And if at the end of the year, we're holding with a floor of 50, all right? I want 50 to be my floor at the end of the year, 50 cents. That's really what I'm looking at right now. So, yeah, Bo Rabbit, hopefully that kind of gives you what my insight is. I don't see the mooning. I don't see the total craziness happening just now. There's still too many things that are in the way, and you got to put it this way, okay? If Stellar were to blow up now, what the heck would happen then when all of these projects go live to scale? I mean, it would just be insane. So I think there still has to be some practical scaling put in place with price-wise. So yes, I'm looking at near term. Give me another couple buying opportunities, sub 30 on a flash crash, but let me finish out the end of the year right around that 50-cent mark, and let's see if then at the beginning of the year, the first quarter, right, rolling into the second quarter, once the Ripple stuff clears out of the way, if Stellar then starts taking off, because that's when you'll get the institutional buyers in play. All right, so Barno Verbist said, which company won the Singapore CBDC challenge? It's probably a trick question. It's probably like Stellar or something like that, but I don't know which. And if that's a cute play on words with Halloween, Barno, you're rocking, man. So no, I don't know who won the Singapore CBDC challenge. So no, how about you let me know? How about that? How about you answer that one for me? We got Marquise hopping in. What's up, man? How you doing? See, I thought I had my White Sox hoodie on because it was black, but no, it's my library hoodie from when I used to live in South Dakota. So Marquise hopping in. Marquise, good Chicago person out there. So Chicago representing the house. And same thing too. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what questions you have regarding Stellar. Marquise, thank you again, sir. I totally appreciate you supporting the channel, man. And not even talking like, monetarily. I mean, obviously that's appreciated, but I'm talking about like the nice comments and the support, and it means a lot, right? I mean, I'm still getting, experience and kind of learning how to do all this. So getting the support and feedback from you guys is great. So I totally appreciate that. Twat Hammer likes the beard. Yeah, that's Swim Master Mike. Where's Twat Hammer at, man? Where are some of the old OG Let's Get Hammered on the Channel guys? Yeah, so the beard, we are going to be doing No Shave November, okay? We're doing No Shave November to bring awareness to the number of people that watch YouTube and just don't subscribe to the good channels. It's sad, and there's a lot of content creators out there that probably cry at the end of the night. I mean, I don't cry at the end of the night because, like, you know, I don't really have that problem, but I bet you people do. So I'm doing my part by doing a No Shave November. Again, I'm going to keep my hair. I love keeping the mohawk. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to shave that. I would have to do something super crazy to shave my mohawk off. Yeah, I'm doing No Shave November, so it's just going to get worse and worse. And I actually started a few days early because my wife and I were down on the coast, so hanging out. So, yeah, I kind of started that early, so totally neat. All right. Let's see. And Barno hops in again. It was totally honest question. I only know they were finalists with BIT, chosen by the internet. Yeah, the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. I had a couple videos about the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, and I said some really, really rough things about both of them, and especially the World Bank. I went hardcore on the World Bank, and I'm not trying to offend anyone out there. If anyone out there is a fan of the World Bank, you can comment something really like negative. I'll let it fly. Don't even worry about it. I'll let you get back at me. I hate the World Bank. They are a bunch of scumbags. The World Bank and how they exploit developing societies is just total garbage. They come through, they stampede through these societies and just completely do whatever the heck they want without any ill regard to what happens to these societies, right? When they kind of move them out of the way to make corridors for this and that for project, they don't. And they've even said that they don't go back and do research on the communities that they've hurt while building these projects. Sorry, I didn't mean to get roughed up on the World Bank, but that's the World Bank. I mean, they're totally open about it, and they haven't done crap about it. So, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If they're doing stuff for the World Bank, that's cool, because, I mean, in terms of scale, that's what you want. But as an organization, they just, yeah, they're not good. No, I'm not shaving. I cannot shave. No shaving for November, no shaving the mohawk. I mean, that's just how we're rolling on this. We're going to keep it raw. We're going to keep it real. So some of the other things I know we have been keeping track of. Who was here on the last live stream and heard me talk about shorting MoneyGram? Was anyone paying attention up? Was anyone paying attention when I said, hey, they got a really good pop from when the news happened with Stellar? And then since then, they have just tanked. Yeah, I mean, do you guys remember that? Yeah. Well, anyway, shorting ended up being a really, really good strategy. And I'm just kind of curious on what your guys' thoughts here on if anyone out here is doing it up. If you guys are playing now this on the opposite direction, on starting to put positions in the accumulation phase. I'm completely closed out on shorts, so I'm now looking at this going, I did pretty good. Like I said, I played it pretty rough after they did the announcement with Stellar, because when you look at the financials for MoneyGram, they suck. So there was definitely, yeah, you knew they were going to get clobbered. So now I'm kind of looking at it as how low can this go. So I'm starting now to buy and starting to develop a floor for my price for MoneyGram, because, you know, if Stellar can turn this around, there could be some good short-term positive press play opportunities on this one. I mean, there could be some good 20% swings on here. Just a thought that I've been throwing out there, but yeah, just let me know what you guys think if you're doing it too. Swim Master Mike, no, I'm not going to do that. God's Makeup for Men. I don't know what God's Makeup for Men is. I just know that blue lights and LED lights make me feel better because it's not super bright in my eyes. How about that? Let's see. Barno says, no fan of it. I'm an Arrow fan, but I park money where they do. Just interested. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the exact same way I look at the World Bank. Just like the Fed, don't fight them. You just have to learn what they're doing and kind of just figure out where they're going and play with them. Don't fight against them because they will trample you. Let's see. Swimmaster Mike hops in and says, XLM is not a marketed pump coin. Exactly, it's not. It's not a meme coin. It is a coin that will grow to scale. And those scales are built around these corridors of Latin America and Africa. through the channels of Europe and North America. That is where Scale and XLM will grow. So Swim Master Mike, I totally believe that you are right on that one, that it will rise with utility and use, and that's when I refer to it as Scale. So if y'all out there are listening, when you hear me talk about like XLM and Scale, that's what I'm talking about. How many people are using it, how many wallet holders we have, right? Because as XLM moves into these, right? Now remember, okay, El Salvador went with Bitcoin as their legal tender, and they had a Bitcoin wallet. They had their own wallet. They onboarded like millions and millions of people within like the first week. I mean, millions. Can you imagine if, okay, remember, because now Stellar's working with Ukraine. When Ukraine launches this, what if they get like, what, 30 million people, 20 million people in there holding now wallets with Lumens in it? And then now we get a few Latin American countries, a few African countries to participate in this too. I mean, you could have several 100 million people within a really quick amount of time holding Lumens. And that's what really scares me on these short sells. That's what scares me about wanting to sell real quickly here, is because I'm afraid I will miss it when it happens, because once these programs go to scale and these people start grabbing these wallets, that's where stuff's going to happen. Let's see, we got Logsdon36. Hello from Ohio. Well, what's up, Logs? Thanks for the stellar lowdown. Is there any other crypto blockchains that you're fond of as much as Stellar Lumens? I used to be really big in Decentraland. I'm huge in decentralized finance, okay? But I'm also big in like the metaverse. I'm really big into the trippy and visual stuff, obviously by my page. If you've watched my channel, you know I'm into the visuals and trippy stuff. And so I really like the idea of Decentraland, a metaverse, a whole separate place where you could buy, sell NFTs. I really like that whole idea. I lost favor with the visuals in terms of the limits of VR. VR is still very chunky. It's still very gross. It's still, the premise of it is good and the immersion factor is getting better. But for me, being like a really hardcore purist in terms of like visuals and graphics and so forth, I really, really like stronger visuals. So yeah, I used to be really big into Mana Decentraland. I cleaned everything out here these last few days, so I'm done with them completely. Stellar is my big one. I have a few other ones. I do hold some XRP. I'm not a big XRP fan. I do hold some Bitcoin. I do hold some Ethereum. I'm spread out, but Stellar is definitely my bigger play in the cryptos. All right, let's see here. Oh, sir. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Gil, dude, I don't know what is wrong with me. Yeah, God's makeup for men. Yeah, this beard, all right, covers up so much, except the worst part is, so since I've been like 30, I have had, like, I kid you not, like all just grays here. It's been all grays, so I do look older. I kid you not, I'll look like my kid's grandparent by the time No Shave November is done. So yeah, Gil, that's going to be bad. And Marquise, again, man, shout out to you out there. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. And the channel appreciates it, and the fans do too. I'm very thankful for you guys. Barno chimes in, same, selling the $5, is it going to hit trillions market cap in short time? I will hold half my bag as always with that thought. Yeah, that's going to be my thing too, is I'm not at the point yet where I'm starting to think of what any of my exit points are with Stellar, because for me, this is a time frame play, okay? For me, I'm purposely, like how I'm doing this, and again, this is my own personal opinion, okay? So it's not trading advice, this is just me having fun, all right? What I've been doing is, for me, I'm holding Stellar for right now, I'm at about 2 years, and I've got like 6, 7, 8 months left, okay? That is like my deadline, where I want to cash out and use that money for like my next, quote, fun adventure in life, okay? So now, granted, if it hits big before then, well, yeah, I mean, you're going to want to take profits, right? But for me, if it slowly just kind of keeps ramping up and, you know, every so many months it's going up just 5, 10 cents, I have no problem holding, you know, for 2, 2.5, 3 years. And then at that point, I'm going to be like, well, hey, I'm going to use the money for a different life adventure and move on. So we all kind of have what we're using that money for and what our goals are with that money. So yeah, we've got, we got 10 people on there now. We're talking all things Stellar Lumens. And again, no action yet going on with automated market makers, Protocol 18 in the chute. We don't have that yet. And remember, everyone, Meridian 2021. Is anyone out there watching going to be watching Meridian 2021? I mean, does anyone get in this stuff as heavily as I do? Meridian 2021 is going to be all things Stellar, all things decentralized finance. Huge thing. I've registered for it. Totally going to be worth it. So whether you're looking at Stellar like you like their mission, right, how they want to help the underbanked and cash-based societies, or if you're looking at more like an XLM Lumens investor, this is going to tell you a lot of what they're looking to do here in the near term future. And while I have you guys here, all right, if you could go on the community tab, yeah, just go on the community tab. It doesn't take a long time. I mean, you can listen to me while you go on the community tab. You're welcome to do it. If you could go on the community tab and let me know here, I've got a little thing going on, trying to do something for the channel, a little bit of branding, just kind of dipping my toe in the water a little bit. I'm looking at this and doing some fridge magnets, right? So every time you drink a beer, you want to talk crypto. And every time you want to talk crypto, you want to think about family, hobbies, and cards. Or something like, hey, if you want a beer, it's located in the fridge down below. You know, something catchy like that. But if you could, hop onto that community tab and take a look. I usually post things a few different times a week. Pimpin' Peter Griffin. If you don't know what Pimpin' Peter Griffin is, I also run a live stream series for YouTube creator content. I run a live stream for YouTube content creators. All right, yeah, where I go everything behind the scenes. We're actually going to start talking too about monetary stuff in the YouTube creator content live streams. So if you're interested in the background behind the scenes of how do you create a channel, how do you do the videos, what's the money like, how much time do you put into it, is it fun, is it worth it, does it suck, how do you deal with the haters? I know how I deal with the haters. I deal with them very positively because I thank them for their support and their comments. But yep, so Pimpin' Peter Griffin, hop on that community tab, take a look at stuff, vote, leave comments, right? I kind of like to interact with you guys. It's a lot of fun. So please hop on that. The other thing I wanted to check in with everyone right now too is the Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust. Has anyone else out there gotten into this Grayscale Trust? And if so, what did you get in at and what are you hoping to get out of it, okay? I am into it sub 50. I am just under 50. And all I'm doing with this trust is I'm leveraging this and to see if there's any correlations between this and XLM, right? The native token. And actually just for visuals, just so we don't go crazy, all right? I'll switch it to this. So I'm just looking to see if there's any correlations between the trust and the native token. And I'm just going to use that as a short-term trading mechanism. Not a big play, nothing like that, but putting money into the Grayscale Trust to see if I can make some short-term movements on some maybe laggard information off of the native token. So if anyone else is getting into the Grayscale Lumens Trust, let me know down below. The volume's not there, it's still super new, but yeah, just throwing it out there. And real quick, I know we do have some Mana Decentraland fans in the house. You could see the spike that has just happened here, but now it looks like support is starting to dwindle. I've been watching it on the side screen here. Support now at 295.5. I've been watching it. It has now broken under $3 as this live stream was going on. So yes, lots of good Stellar news. And what is the big one that we're all talking about? Stellar to do a staged rollout of automated market makers post validator approval. And validator approval is going to be at 11, I believe it's 11 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. All right, I believe that's when it is. Got a few articles over to go with here. Is again, XLM price can rally 65% if it can push through 4.3. Again, rallying 65%, neither here nor there for me. But again, the important point is to see this, that we do have a barrier at 43 cents. There is quite a strong resistance at that 43 cents. And if we go, let's go back, let's go to the colored bars. I like these a lot better. It's a lot easier for me to see. So we're talking about that 42 cent resistance mark, right? And we are seeing that right here. Yep, that's what we're talking about here. Last dealt with that on September 5th, all right? So again, we need to break through this, and that is why I have been keeping a very close eye on the charts to see if anything looks technical, if we're going to see any short-term breakout here, because that could always translate into, obviously, profit-taking, but that's not my point for XLM. But it would be profit-taking for me if it translated to the Grayscale XLM Lumens Trust. This is the All Things Stellar live stream. I'm Klaus. I'm coughing on the mic because this is live and I'm not going to edit this out. I'm enjoying myself tonight, and hopefully you are too. Let's see. We got Marquise hopping in. Are there stellar nodes to make profit? Marquise, God's honest truth, I have not looked into that. But it makes me wonder that there has to be some sort of reason for it. And the reason I haven't looked into that is because for myself and my application, that doesn't apply. Like, I wouldn't be a node host or anything like that. But that kind of makes me wonder, though, if you're wondering if the stellar nodes are to make profit, then are you thinking passive income? Like, is that what you're thinking, right? Like, not that we're mining, but we're providing a service by being a node. Yeah, I would be very curious to see if there is some way that you could make passive income off of either being a node, or if there's, or even if you could host as a liquidity pool. There would have to be some programs, right, that you could make a passive income. If that's what you're talking about, Marquise, let me know, because if so, I'm kind of picking up what you're putting down here. Because yeah, there might be some way to make back end money on infrastructure. All right. And for those of you out there, okay, if this is what Marquise, yeah, okay, this is exactly what Marquise is talking about. All right, this is what I want you guys to think about. In the gold rush, all right, in California, in the gold rush in the West Coast, in the gold rush in California, Colorado, you name it, all right, the only people that were guaranteed to make money were the people that sold supplies and infrastructure-related items. It wasn't the actual people themselves looking for the gold. It was the people supplying it, selling the pickaxes, shovels, and so forth. So what Marquise is talking about right here is having it as a passive income stream. So no matter what happens to XLM as a price, right, the Lumens native token, you would be insulated with that and have a continual passive income that you could offset against any losses or add to your gains through a passive income stream with an isolated cash flow. So now, Marquise, that tells me that then you would have to find out if the rate of return surpasses what your current yield is for your current portfolio over that stretch of time. Okay, if you wanted like a 3-month hold, like if you were to create your own 3-month CD, 6-month CD, and so forth, you would have to then develop what you wanted your rate of return to be, and then you would just have to say how much use of energy and time, blah, 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 is worth the rate of return, divide it, numerator, denominator. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, sorry. Yes, that's what we're talking about, passive income. You know, that is why I like doing this, because I am going to add this to my notes here, because that's right. Yeah, if there's ways you can make passive income helping out, that's another way to do it too. So I will gladly look into that. So Marquise, thank you again, because you are fueling some really good ideas and fueling my delinquency. If you're just hopping on and missed what we're talking about here, I will fill you in super quick. Marquise hopped in, and he's been a huge supporter of the channel. So again, Marquise, thank you so much, man. Englewood, don't worry, man. I remember. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Marquise had a really good idea about, is there ways to make passive income on the Stellar chain, right? Being a node host, or any other streams that you could think of. You know, maybe even like a liquidity pool host, right? Where you just can earn a passive income that is going to earn a set rate that you could calculate over time to see if it would be worth you adding that into your portfolio. If there's anyone out there that knows the answer to this, please chime in now. I've got it on my list to research, but yes, please chime in on this one. Because Marquise has got a really good idea. This would very much help you insulate yourself to any volatility of the native token by giving you a documented and predictable passive income. Very well done, Marquise. Very, very, very well done. I as soon as you said it, my wheels started spinning. I started thinking about that too. So yes, anyone out there, if you know about passive income routes with Stellar, you know, and it would make me wonder too, you know, with NFTs, right? If anyone's gotten into the NFT parts with Stellar, I'm very interested in that as well. I have been looking into the NFTs as well, not in terms of a market, in terms of trying to find items that boom, but to try to use NFTs for a scalability, right? Just selling them in terms of scale to see if there's a way to do that. Even though they'd be unique, can you scale uniqueness? That's what I did in my previous life in a manufacturing sense, so I'm kind of wondering about that in an NFT sense. So yeah, we got 11 people hopping on right now. We are talking, well, we got 12 people on right now. We've got all things Stellar. If you are hopping in right now, comment on the comment section, whatever you want to call it. Comment on that comment section. Let me know who you are, and let me know if you got any Stellar questions out there. We've been talking everything from Stellar pricing to Grayscale Trust. We even been talking about Mana. Like I said, I've got Mana up here now. I've been watching. It looks like it's going to be getting close to $3 again. $3 for Mana is going to be very psychologically big for that, so it's going to be really, really sure. But yeah, that's what we've been following. And MoneyGram. Kind of, if anyone was on the last stream, I talked about how I was going to wink, wink, nudge, nudge, short the crap out of MoneyGram. Yeah, I did really good on that. So I shorted MoneyGram. Now I'm starting my entry points to see if I can start picking up something juicy on the way back up. Maybe a short-term pop, right? You know, play 30% down and play 30% back up. Yeah, that'd be a fun thing to do. Okay, and not financial advice, just something I'm doing for fun. Leave me alone. Sunny Boy chimes in. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can earn some interest on your XLM with BlockFi. Yeah, and that's... I understand that, but you have to be very careful on those interest earned accounts through crypto, okay? The way they're actually able to pay interest on the money you put in is by signing on more and more people, okay? By increasing their liquidity pool. And so what they end up doing is they end up borrowing that percentage from the new people to feed their base accounts. It's not pyramid scheme, okay? I'm not saying it's a pyramid scheme, but what I'm saying is the way that funds that percentage is by new people signing on over and over, and that's the only way that it keeps funding itself until there's an internal funding mechanism, and there ain't no way they're going to find something that pays that rate at that scale. No way. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Sunny Boy. You're right. You can earn interest on that. We are looking more mechanically earning on the utility backbone of Stellar Lumens. And that would be my thing too, right? So, you know, is there a way for me to, you know, use my PC as a host, right? Can I do that, right? Can I end up being a node where I could make a passive income, just let my PC run? So instead of mining, right, I'm being a node or a host. Yeah, so that's what we've been thinking about. Passive incomes with Lumens XLM. And for everyone out there that's hopping on, all things Stellar, man. That is exactly what we were talking about. All things Stellar. And what I'm looking at right now is the two big stories that we're talking about with scale, with wallet holders. And that is this. That is the Latin American corridor, right? And if you don't know what the Latin American corridor, shame on you, because that means you didn't watch the videos. Like, that is so bad. Why would you do that? No, you got to watch the videos. No, I know, I get it. You can't watch all of them because I do put out a lot of content. I just got a stat from YouTube that said, like, I put out like my 210th video. And I've only been doing this for like 10-ish months, so that's really crazy to think about. But yeah, what we've been talking about is these payment corridors here, okay? And that is how many people in Latin America and how many people in developing societies use cash, okay? When these people use cash, they don't have access to the banking opportunities that we all do. They don't have access to short-term loans. They don't have access to capital and liquidity like we do. They're cash-based. It's rough. It's really hard to get ahead. You can't buy a house without proving where your cash came from now, right? A cash has to be vetted for X amount of time. That's how it is. You can't just walk in and, oh, here's my cash, take it. No, it's got to be vetted. That's how that stuff works. So what Stellar's doing is they are going over these cash-based societies and trying to get them into crypto adoption, right? Using the Stellar chain, where these people would be wallet holders, where they could send money back and forth for a fraction of a penny, and it would be more secure, safe, and give them more loan and banking opportunities. So yes, we've been talking about the Latin American and Central American corridor, and that is from North America, okay? That is from the U.S. to Mexico and U.S. south of the border corridor. We've also been talking about the Europe-Africa payment corridor. And the Europe and Africa payment corridor is huge, is because this is a massive, massive profit corridor, okay? Money remittance services, okay, to Africa is expensive. It is expensive because it is expensive as all heck to ensure, run, fortify, and develop a money handling place in a bunch of areas that are extremely rough, all right? So it's not easy to have brick and mortar facilities that are money transferring facilities in developing countries where crime takes advantage of that. Now, if you had digital wallets where stuff was on your phone encrypted, it'd be safer. So, yep, we are talking about these payment corridors, and we're talking about how in these payment corridors, when Stellar starts working with it, when they start working with Tempo, Flutterwave, and so forth, how many people that they're going to get to start opening up these wallets. And when they open up these wallets, that is when scale is going to happen. All right, Sunny Boy. All right, I'm getting back to you now, man. I got you. Hold on. Not Stellar, but Terra USD. You can earn up to 12% on their stablecoin as well as getting airdrops. That 12% is good. I'm not gonna lie, 12% is really good, and that's really good. That's almost like a speculative interest. That's still actually 12% is really good. Hold their native wallet in order to do so. Yeah, and I think that's what people are trying to see right now. Is there a way that they can use Stellar where they can divide maybe some of their coins, right, some of their tokens up, use those tokens for liquidity pools, right? Is there a way that Coinbase is going to be able to do it outside of their Coinbase level? Because you got to remember, we have a lot of people on this channel that they're through Stellar, Webull, Coinbase Pro, eToro, stuff like that, where you don't have those opportunities because those tokens are owned on that provider level. They're not owned on the wallet level, the individual wallet level. So yeah, you would have to have an individual wallet to run it through on that route. And how come no one said anything that my hair was bad? I just looked in the old little mini display right here and my hair's all messed up and no one helped me out, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging me out in the wind a little bit, hanging me out to dry. So now I got to see if my hair starts looking a little bit better. But yeah, that's what we've been talking about so far. One of the things too is I don't know how many of y'all out there caught the Stellar deep dive, but yeah, if you want to do a Stellar deep dive, we can do Stellar deep dives. I mean, we could do everything from the Ledger Explorer, which okay. Let's talk about this, okay? So Ledger Explorer, look at the amount of processed operations that we're seeing here. This is insane. 423 process operations just in that short time slot, all right? So really neat. You can check out all these different assets on the Stellar Ledger. They have price comparisons. One of the things I've been looking for quite heavily is this, okay? When we talk about payment corridors, oh, I'm sorry, Logs, at least I have hair. Yeah, I do have hair. I mean, it's funky. I had my hair shaved like my whole life, and I grew out my mohawk when I retired, so I've been loving it. So yeah, I didn't mean to rub that in, so my bad on that one. But yeah, okay, so this is what I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to scale. Where are you going to make your biggest return on Stellar Lumens? If you want to know what that is, well, I'm going to tell you right now. All right. So your biggest return, right? Your biggest chance of return for Stellar Lumens is not only speculation, but it's when these holders and these number of accounts start growing and becoming higher and higher in terms of how many accounts that there are and how many of these accounts are active daily, okay? And so what I want you to look at is this, all right? And we're going to just focus on the blue section of this chart. The blue section of this chart is the number of accounts, right? For Lumens holders. That's what you need, okay? Look at how this has increased over time. Over the last 3 years, from 279,000 accounts to 5.8 million accounts. All right, 279,000 to 5.8 million accounts. All right, that's how many more people now have Stellar wallets. All right, so now let's just look in the last year, okay? So in the last year, we're looking at what? 4.7 million so 1.1 million people have gotten new wallets over the last year. I mean, this is huge news. So when these payment corridors in, right? So when these people, Africa and Europe, start getting Stellar wallets, right? When the US, Latin American corridor, right? When they start getting wallets, and when we start looking at this is when you're going to start seeing this blue part of the chart here just start blooming and growing bigger and bigger and bigger, especially when the big projects start coming to fruition. All right, we got Gemini chiming in. Hello, very interesting information. Thanks for all your videos. Greetings from Sweden. Well, hello to you. I've been to Europe quite a few times. I've been to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I've had a blast. I have not been to Sweden, though. I have not been to any of the Scandinavian countries. I love Northern Europe, though. I'm very fairly complected, as you can see. Yes, love it. I have not been to Sweden, so yes, thank you so much for chiming in from Sweden. So Gemini, thank you. Yeah, Sweden lovers. Yeah, everyone, please do that. Tell me where you're from. Let me know in the comments. I am East Coast, South Carolina. I split my time between hanging out on the coast, messing around with my boat, and hanging out in the upstate, screwing around. We got Sunny Boy, who comes in and says, Turnio, which is built on Stellar as well and Smartlands, and I bet there's some benefits to holding your XLM with them. Turnio has their own block card. Yeah, and that's the thing. Remember, those only keep working as they come through to scale, and that's what you have to be careful with. You want to make sure that you get involved in programs where your passive income or the interest that you're earning stays. It doesn't dwindle. Okay, that's what you want. So yes, while crypto is like kind of right growing, yes, can they offer those big rates? Yes, they can, because their subscriber pool is growing. But if the market gets to a certain point where it levels out, remember, they cannot keep offering that because the growth isn't there to fuel it. We're talking also about passive incomes that keep making the same, if not more, no matter what happens to the native price. Yes, anyway, yeah, I've got that Viking look about you. Yeah, the funny thing is, though, is I am not Nordic. I am not Scandinavian. I am actually German. So normally my beard is like super, super red, but with kids, kids in marriage, my beard now is white, or at least like the bottom part of my beard is white. But yeah, I do get, and I also get I have the Irish vibe. So when I'm out in the summer, when we live in South Carolina, so we're outside a lot. In the summer, everyone thinks I'm like super Irish because you really see like the redness in all my hair, and it's kind of funny. So no, I am not Nordic or Scandinavian. But yeah, I'm super, super happy for all the support that we're getting on the channel here. We're right now talking about wallet holders and how this is big for you XLM Lumens investors, all right? And again, it's this blue pie right here, the number of accounts, all right? And it's how big the number of accounts has grown. Now, granted, the other part of it too is we need to see when these daily active accounts start building up. And you could see here, all right, since the September, October, so about a year, from about a year ago from now, how we're on this uptrend of usage for Stellar Lumens. Hold on a second here. All right, sorry about that. But you could see here with Stellar Lumens, right, the also number of daily active accounts is starting to grow. We need to see that number actually pick up quite a bit, all right? And that's going to happen with these payment corridors. It's also going to happen when Stellar starts, right, working with the Ukraine to launch their native stable token. So there's a lot of cool things that you could see on here. And again, if you're looking for processed operations, and if you want to know if Stellar's growth is sustainable, okay, it's one thing if you just have insane growth and boom, you take off, but can you maintain it? All right, anyone out there that has a business operations background, you know exactly as well as I do. Big months are great, but big months scare you because it's really hard to follow up a big month with another big month, okay? Especially in a corporate setting when you have month over month, year over year guidelines, all right? So what's cool to see with Stellar is that now they've had 3 months in a row that have just been blockbuster in terms of processed operations, which are the orange bar right here. And that you can see, so even though they're processing 440 million, oh my gosh, transactions, it's still not having any effect on their average ledger close time. So you can actually use their ledger for quite a bit of good stuff. The other one I like looking at too is established trust lines and created assets. Orange is created assets. So you can see there's been a lot of new created assets, tokens, NFTs, a lot of things have been minted on Stellar. So the usage is there. And you could see in this last year, and this is where I think a lot of people, they knock on Stellar, but they don't fully understand, is this. Look at the growth over the last however many years here, okay? Last 3 years, right? There's been a lot of, established trust lines, but look at the newly created assets. Look at how many assets have been created on the Stellar chain. I mean, that's growth, and that's what's going to keep Stellar relevant in the future. So for anyone out there that wonders why I'm big into Stellar, this is yet another reason, is because of how many assets are recreated on Stellar, how many more wallet holders there are, And I'm very curious to see here what happens when we start launching these new programs with these wallet holders. What's going to happen to the pressure of the Lumens as these walleters have to hold native XLM tokens in their wallet? Because you got to remember, anyone that participates in any of these Stellar wallet accounts, they have to hold, I believe it was like 3 or 4 Lumens in their account no matter what. So you start getting 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 million wallets out there, which isn't a big deal because guess what? They've already got 5.8 million wallets. So we start talking about getting countries to sign up for this, just like they did in El Salvador. You could get scale very, very quickly. So yep, we've got 14 people hopping on. While I have you 14 people hopping on, and while you're looking at my face, how about you look at the screen, okay? Hop on over to the community section, vote on some stuff here, looking to do some fridge magnets, do some little entry-level branding with the channel, looking to have a little bit of fun, get you guys some merch out here and really cheap. I'm talking like a business card fridge magnet, I kid you not. A business card fridge magnet that I will sell for $3 shipped anywhere. Trying to keep the cost down as much as possible while still making it to where at least it supports the channel a little bit, because it takes quite a bit of time to crank out this amount of content. So I'm trying to do as much of it as I can for free, but it is a lot of time that goes in these videos. And again, if you're a content creator and if you're interested in creating content, if you want to know about the background of making videos, if you want to know what happens to, like, I don't know, make live streams like this happen, check out the Pimpin' Peter Griffin live streams that we do. That's all content creator stuff. We talk all background behind the scenes, all about creating content on YouTube, monetary stuff, you name it. And again, lots of voting stuff on here, so you can vote on stuff, chime in. But yes, hit that community tab. Let me know who you are and let me know why you're here and why you like Stellar. So let's chime back in with the price again. And we can see we are now back up to the 37.71 mark. Again, we've got to get past that 39.40 cents here. I mean, I would think that the automated market makers Protocol 18 thing tomorrow would hopefully push this through that 38.39. I mean, because you can't test resistance at 42 or 43 if you're not even at 40, all right? So I'm looking for some bullish movement. I'm looking for a run from Stellar Lumens XLM once we start seeing automated market makers going live. And but I think we all know that yes, the vote is going to happen, that once the vote happens that you will see some bullish action towards it. So yep, anyone got a question regarding Stellar, please comment it in the comment section. I've got my comment dashboard right here. I've got my main screen dashboard right here, and I have a tertiary monitor up here so I can monitor myself and other vital stats for the channel, which everything right now seems to be running really, really good. We've had lots of support on the channel. And oh, speaking of support for the channel, just throwing it out there, there's another live stream tonight. If you guys like live streams and you like Stellar and you like drinking and you like shenanigans and things getting off the rails, I would suggest you visit the live stream tonight. I am definitely going to be drinking. I am going to bug my wife to see if maybe she'll join, right? Wouldn't that be cool? What do you guys think, huh? Get my wife to join the live stream? Oh, I'd have to probably twist her arm pretty tough because it's a late live stream and I know she's got work in the morning. But we did one before where she got drunk too. It was pretty cool. Sunny Boy chimes in. This resistance is shocking me, especially with all the insane partnerships lately. Yeah, Sunny, what's bugging me about the resistance part about this is I don't even know if I could call it resistance. I could just call it like a lack of meme tokenization, right? I mean, what other business out there? And again, when I say business, I understand that they're a non-for-profit, all right? So just let's just keep it that way. But what other business out there has so many massive partnerships? And when I say massive, I'm talking about like hundreds and hundreds of millions of people that could have Stellar wallets here in the next few years. That is not something here that's far-fetched. One or two of these countries signing on a payment corridor agreement, it's on. You will have millions of people sign up for wallets within weeks. So once these programs go to scale, that's when I think you're going to see price movement. I just can't think of any other business out there that can do stuff like this, where the future just looks so bright, but they're just not getting that near-term bullish support. The problem with Stellar, though, is they're right now in a world of meme tokens. All right. And I think that's what's getting a lot of support right now too. It's the meme tokens, and it's also people associating Stellar with Ripple and the XRP lawsuit. So yeah, really, really interested to let me know. How about that? How about you guys let me know what you think? All right. What do you guys think is the reason for Stellar being held down price-wise, right? Is it market manipulation? Is it we just have a lot of people that are hodling right now? Because to be honest with you, the hodling numbers are starting to grow. We're starting to see a huge percentage of people starting out to hold more than a month. It's starting to tilt. I was looking at the numbers the other day, and you're starting to see more people hodling XLM. So that is really good to see. But yeah, how about this? How about you guys let me know in the comments why you think the price is being affected lately? Because I'm very curious about it. Because, you know, I would have thought honestly that by now, all right, the run up to Protocol 18 would have had some greater price effect other than 37.75 as we're all sitting here hanging out in the blue room right now, right? I didn't. I thought it was going to have a lot more juice than that. I thought I was going to see a lot more action than that pumping out. But I'm watching Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's up 3.7% too, so they're right there. Mana back up against that $3 mark right there too. So yeah, I mean, they're kind of following right now the trend with the other coins out there, but Stellar still hasn't had their altcoin run. Oh, Serena Girl, it's late in the UK. We are already on Jameson's. Well, okay, all right. I'm doing vodka later. I'm doing vodka later. I don't know if my wife has wine. Again, I don't know if I can get my wife to do a live stream. It'd be awesome because when she gets drunk, she's freaking awesome. She's hilarious. She's real raunchy though, so I kind of got to watch what she says. But yeah, you guys are on Jameson's. I am going to be hitting. I'm going to be hitting vodka-based drinks tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be doing shots or if I'm going to be doing mixed drinks. But if you guys want to check out that live stream later tonight, we're going to be drinking on that live stream. Sunny Boy puts down, I read earlier that someone who invested 3,400 Shiba Inu back in August in 2020 when it was now worth like 1.5 billion. You know, it's the whole idea that like these meme tokens, right? What was it? What's the guy's name? The guy that I always rip on in here and you guys always like give me crap about. Elon Musk, right? He shows a picture of his dog, who's a Shiba Inu dog. And the token responds to that. Or not the token, but the buying pressure of the price on the token responds to that. What the hell kind of sense does that make? That makes no sense whatsoever. And I think that, right? That's okay. All right. I've got 12 people watching right now. Do you guys want to see something really sad? Do you guys want to see something sad? Do you want to know why Stellar has a lot of problems? And I wasn't going to do this, but like I think I will show you guys. All right, if you want to see something really sad, I'm going to show you something. All right, so I'm going to go to this. I don't want you guys, we're not watching Beastie Boys, don't worry, but watch this. And this is what bugs me about Stellar, okay? And let me know if you guys know this stuff, all right? Did you know that Stellar Development Foundation has their own YouTube page? Oh, I bet you didn't know that. Do you know that they have like 4 times the subscribers that I do? Like, holy crap. I've got like 2.5 times the videos they do, but they have more subs. But here, check this out. If you want to know why Stellar has problems, you can go on Stellar's page, all right? And you could look at any of their videos. 375 views. Okay, from a week ago. Okay, 2 years ago, this one's got 5,000. Okay, that's cool, but that's 2 years ago. But if you go to like their videos, right, and you go to all their recent stuff, 647 views, 682s, 829, and they have closed captions on some of these here. So you could see that Stellar as a whole is not getting their message out there. All right, they are not getting the message out. I mean, even look at this. All right, driving diversity in financial tech, right? The company CEO gets on 397 views 3 months ago. How are you going to get buzz around your token when your videos don't have crap for views? This is like, okay, so I cover just basically Stellar now. I've really kind of like anchored down into Stellar, and I have more of a following, more of an interaction, right, than Stellar themselves with their audience, right? I'm gonna pick a random video. All right, check this out. So let's pick a random video, not a live stream, because I don't want anyone to judge me. All right, so let's built on Stellar Cowrie Tempo. Okay, again, another African payment corridor.
If you are tired of paying...
See, I got rid of that right there. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, okay? So this is their Stellar thing, and that's their page, whatever, okay? 523 views a week ago. 0 comments. 0 comments. Check it out, right? So Stellar, right? Stellar, if you're listening out there, and I've made over 200 videos, all right? I've gotten over 100, 40,000 plus views, going to be 150,000 here in like any day now, just on Stellar. You guys get 523 views on one of your videos. Yeah, you get 66 people to get you a thumbs up. Rock on, cool, F word, you know, like, come on. But no one comments. Where's the buzz? Where's the interaction with your fans? Where's the interaction with people that are, right, Lumens holders, but then that learn about Stellar and are like, oh, wait a minute, I like what they're doing as a foundation. I like all that kind of stuff. So if you really want to know one of the reasons why I think Stellar has a problem, it's exactly this. They release a video, no one watches it, no one comments. So, I mean, realistically, that's not going to help the algorithms to share the word, right? If no one comments, that doesn't help you out at all. And that's not just this video. This is a bunch of them. I can't even make this stuff up. Okay, Stellar Community Fund. I'll go on this video right here. Okay, same thing. Check this out. 0 comments. Look, 0 comments. Like I could put anything I want on here. I'll put here. Watch this. You guys want to watch this? In order to get the algorithm, I'm gonna spell this wrong. We're gonna let the autocorrect fix this one real quick. Open suggestions. To let the algorithms, in order to get the algorithms to spread the word. All right, so there you go. And I posted a comment on the Stellar page. There you go. First comment for Stellar. Do I get a round of applause, right? So that's kind of what I'm worried about with Stellar is this, right? They have all this stuff. No one responds to it. There's no comments. There's hardly any views. So this video is like how many months old from Stellar. Like, and dude, their broadcast stuff is good. They got good broadcasting quality. So just kind of something to keep it out there. So right now we got Marquise. It doesn't make sense, but I got Shiba Coin when it was 5 zeros deep. Just wait. Yeah, it's just a waiting game. It is. It's just a waiting game, and it's just scale Marquise. That's how it is. And Logson36 says, I think they're more interested in wooing institutional buyers, which is good eventually for us, right? Yes. No. And I don't mean institutional buyers. Okay, Stellar's big mission is peer-to-peer remittances, all right? That is where their big growth model is going to come. Yes, they're going to work with large institutions, right? Visa, Tala, AirTM, Tempo, you name it, okay? But it's still a peer-to-peer based thing. These large institutions like Visa can help by expanding the wallets, which is great. But think about it. If you're a company out there, okay, you want to do business with someone who, A, does good, and if they do good, do they have a good buzz around them? I mean, there needs to be more buzz around Stellar, and I think that's part of the problem is a lot of people don't even understand that Stellar is a nonprofit based around bringing more banking availability to the underbanked. So yes, there's still a bit of the mission that I think is missing, and Stellar needs to work with that. But so as you can see, I actually commented on their page. I'm not knocking on them for this, but when it comes to building a business, building a brand, you need to take care of this too, okay? Awesome. 4 months ago, you had a video that was 262 views. Dude, I don't even want to know how much money you guys spent on this, but it didn't get you the views. It's boring. It doesn't stick out. It's obviously not working. So Stellar, in terms of marketing, needs to dramatically improve this aspect of their relations to the consumers. Because for us that are the holders out there of XLM, right, you're going to want to hold XLM longer. If you believe in the long-term mission, if you believe in scale, if you know about how XLM Lumens and all these wallets and all these payment corridors are going to work, right? That is what's going to get you to think more long-term, to not think about just the knee-jerk, like just quick sell dump thing. That's what Stellar needs to keep this project going. They need to stay relevant. And to stay relevant, it not only has to be big institutional buyers, but it also has to come from the likes of us. Channels like this in a grassroots basis as well. So hopefully, Logson, that answered your question. That got a little deep dive in there. But yeah, what we're talking about right now is how Stellar has a YouTube page. Very little support, very little views. Their page is actually older than mine and has like hardly any views. I don't even think. Let me see here. Yeah, that's not gonna help me out. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. They're great. Great as a company regarding that stuff. What they're trying to do. They just need to work on this aspect of it right here. So Sunny Boy chimes in. Dollar costing into Stellar until this financial switch happens is going to make us all happy. XLM is a AAA investment, I truly believe. I'm with you, man. It's scale. It really is. It's all about scale, and it's programs getting wallet holders. Hold on here. You guys want to see something really crazy? So let's go to El Salvador. Wallet holders. All right. Let's see if we can find it.